Tales of Zestiria is kind of the black sheep of the Tales series, besides those ones. It's by no means bad, but its vast potential was squandered due to meh writing, odd game mechanics, and a rushed production. I should also point out that most Tales games are set in different worlds, though Zestiria is set in the same world as Berseria 1,000 years later. You don't need to know anything about either game to play them, but I would recommend playing Berseria first, as Zestiria works better as a sort of spiritual sequel. Spoilers beware! So first off, we've got our main character Saray, the most pure marshmallow you will ever damn meet, and a history nerd. Mikleo, a water seraph who totally isn't a thing with Saray. Totally not. SORMIK for life. Alesha, a princess knight of Highland who seems kinda important but actually isn't. Yeah, we'll get there later. Lila, a fire seraph, the legendary lady of the lake, and the mom of the group who may or may not be a psychopath.
Armadillon, where hast thou gone?
Okay, but where is he? Edna, an earth seraph with a love of pointless parasols and being an all-around bitch. Rose, the leader of the Sparrow Feathers Merchant Guild who does what she wants, and I love her. Dezel, a mysterious wind seraph who's kinda like Toph except with wind. Again, you will see later. Also, he has a cool hat. Zavid, another wind seraph who enjoys being a dick who really needs to put on a damn shirt. Heldolf, the Lord of Calamity, also known as Kittybeard. He wasn't that scary before, but now I just find him adorable. Simone, a dark seraph with illusion powers who also needs to put on some clothes. God, what is it with these characters? And a bunch of other people who may seem important, but aren't. Our story begins up on Mount Mabinoggio on the continent of Glenwood, with Saray and Mikleo exploring a strange ruin because they're nerds and happening across... Wait, I got this. Anyways, we take her back to Saray and Mikleo's home of Elysia, much to the dismay of their gramps Zenris.
You idiots!
I love him. See, in this world there are humans and seraphim, with seraphim being spirits. Most humans can't perceive seraphim, though Saray is different since he was raised with them. Most seraphim tend to steer clear of humans because their negative emotions produce a poison called malevolence, which creates demonic monsters called hellions. So naturally, Zenris is like, get that girl out of my domain before she kills us all, and Saray's like, fine, but only after an hour of pointlessly slow expositional cutscenes and killing boar babies. Once Alesha leaves, Saray and Mikleo then face Lunar, a crazy assassin who... Oh my god, he ate Mason! Hashtag justice for Mason. Soon Lunar flees, but Saray deducts he must have been after Alesha, so he and Mikleo set off to find and save her, arriving in the great city of Lady Lake, where Saray meets Lila and becomes the shepherd. Subtle symbolism. So as the shepherd, Saray plans to travel the world and defeat the Lord of Calamity, freeing the world of the Age of Chaos it's been stuck in for about 20 years now. Or 200 years. I don't know, the timeline's kinda fucked. Anyways, Alesha joins us as we journey through the Kingdom of Highland, and along the way we kidnap, welcome, Edna. Only problem is Alesha's resonance, or ability to perceive the supernatural, is weak, meaning her helping Saray is hurting him. And so Alesha...
Safe travels.
Wow. That was more unclear than Mako and Asami's breakup. Also, girl, the town exit is the other way! But soon war breaks out between Highland and the Roland's Empire, and in Saray's attempt to stop it, he encounters...
So another shepherd is born at last.
All shall cower before the mighty Kittybeard. Beware my hairballs! A member of the Scattered Bones Assassins Guild comes to Saray's rescue, and it turns out... Oh my god! We all saw this coming. So Rose, along with her strange guardian Dezel, join the gang, and we head out to... fight a cardinal? Okay. So we kinda fuck around for a while, murder an evil cardinal, declare war on the church, and partake in some elemental trials because, hey, we have to have an annoying water temple.
Whoever built this shrine's a real piece of work.
I'm not even joking, guys. They know. They see all. But despite all the powers Saray has gained, he still can't stop what's coming when Simone...
Rose! Just Basil!
I feel this was meant to be more emotional than what it was. And how is Rose still not at large? She looks exactly the damn same. So Zavid takes Dezel's spot, and Saray and Co go on some Iris Gem side quest to learn how Heldolf became the Lord of Calamity. Turns out the previous shepherd Michael, whom Lila traveled with before, lived in a village called Camlon, which was overtaken by Heldolf's forces for strategic purposes. But once Highland attacked, Heldolf pulled his forces out, the village was destroyed, and the shrine dedicated to the land's major god Mautellus, yes, that Mautellus, was desecrated, turning him into a Hellion. So in vengeance, Michael sacrificed his infant nephew, who was actually Mikleo, yes, Michael really sucked, to curse Heldolf with eternal loneliness, transforming him into the kitty beard we all know and kinda don't care about today. Once the war breaks out, we take down a huge dragon and the war just kinda ends. Yeah, that's kinda it. Oh well, time for a kind of emotional send-off before the final battle. Woo! Our heroes, not including Alesha, because fuck you, head off to Elysia to figure out how to finally take down Heldolf, only to find the village filled with dead soldiers and malevolence. So as we head to the origin village of Camlon, we learn that Heldolf and Simone were trying to turn Saray to the dark side. They should have just used cookies. Zenris went after them and... oh no? I think? I don't know. I'm not sure what this quite is. So Saray and Mikleo are forced to kill Zenris to defeat Heldolf, I think, and Saray then sacrifices his group Seraphim to sever Heldolf's ties with Mautellus. Once that's done, Rose is pushed away to safety as Saray and Heldolf descend into the Malevolence. Saray finally slays Heldolf and his Mikleo and the others are freed. Saray stays behind to purify Mautellus, entering a long slumber in the process. So first off, the Alesha Controversy. So Alesha was heavily marketed before this game was released, leading a lot of fans, especially in Japan, to believe that Alesha was going to be the main heroine of this game, only for Alesha to drop out about 8 to 10 hours in and be replaced by Rose. I don't really mind Rose, in fact I love her. She and Saray make a really great duo. I don't ship them, but I do think that they're definitely best buds. I especially love their different philosophies. That Zestiria the Cross fucking ruins. Saray doesn't want to kill anyone, whereas Rose kills those she believes need to die when they hurt the innocent. It makes for a great dynamic between them. It does suck that Alesha isn't given a lot more love, but the real problem I have with how she's handled is her DLC. It's bullshit, don't get it. It's not even worth watching on YouTube, just don't. It ain't even worth $5, it's just a glorified boss rush that explains little to nothing. The only good thing that it gives us is more of our girls kicking ass along with Alesha's new outfit. That's it.
Friggin' watch me, Rose.
Honestly, the DLC could have fixed that entire issue with Alesha easily, but I'll probably do that in a separate video. The story itself is fine, but it feels like huge parts are missing. I don't mind the slow introduction, but I think it could have been better with showing some hints of the darkness in the world below instead of just talking about it. Then there's the villains like Bartlow, who are just kinda there. Yeah, major plots like that are just kinda dropped in like 5 seconds. Again, it feels like the story was not half finished, I'd say 3/4 finished. I do love the characters though. I love the way that they all play off each other. They're definitely not one of my favorite Tales casts, but I still have the urge to protect them all from the evil, evil world that wants to hurt them. Specifically Alesha. My poor daughter. The gameplay is more similar to the previous Tales games. You block with square, open the combat menu with triangle, and use arts with circle and X, martial arts with X, and special hidden arts with circle. Problem is that you can't change your martial arts. At all. You can't change them no matter what you do, so that sucks. There's also the issue that you can't control the camera, meaning it goes crazy, especially when you change targets or battle in cramped dungeon hallways. Really, your biggest enemy here isn't the Lord of Calamity, it's the Lord of Bad Cinematography. The combat itself is so slow and monotonous. You'll definitely get used to it over time, but it's a slow and painful process. Armatization is a pretty neat feature though. I actually really enjoyed it, especially since you have to be smart about which elemental Armatus you use, as using an Armatus of the wrong element pretty much means you've just fucked yourself over. I do enjoy the vantage points you can find all across the continent of Glenwood and the skits they trigger, though I feel those stone monuments were a huge waste of potential. All they do is give you basic tutorials, but I would have preferred them containing bits of legends and tales about the areas they were found in. You could put so many damn Berseria Easter eggs in those. But don't ask me about any of that equipment or skill stack shit. No one understands that crap. While I appreciate the game's attempt to create a richer, more open world, most of the time the areas are just big open fields of nothing. And it doesn't help that the geoboard was only introduced in the next entry, Tales of Berseria, or that Saray & Co runs so damn slow. I will say though, I love the towns, with my favorite being Lastenbell. Each town has its own atmosphere and actually feels like it has a history and culture behind it. The voice acting like Berseria is fantastic. I love the English cast as all the performances fit the characters perfectly. There is an option for dual audio, but I always stick with the English cast. I also find it funny that Saray is voiced by Robbie Damon, who voices Tuxedo Mask in the new Viz dub of Sailor Moon.
If I have all those rainbow crystals, they'll help me find the legendary silver crystal.
And Rose is voiced by Caitlin Glass, who did the voice of Winry Rockbell in Full Metal Alchemist.
Jeez, and this is the reason you're always gonna be the size of a bean!
A bean?
Yeah, a a bean.
Then there's also the fact that the sweet Alesha is voiced by Alexis Tipton, also known as the bloodlusting maniac Saya from Blood Sea. I think Alesha would like a word about being cut from the story, you guys. The soundtrack is amazing. Most of the songs were done by the series' usual composer Motoi Sakuraba, and each track adds to the game's atmosphere. Then there are the tracks by Goshina that make you stop and go, oh damn. Namely, the themes for all of the elemental shrines of Trial are real standouts. I don't know why, but it seems like when the story is crap, the music tends to be amazing. No idea why. And of course, Ufotable did an amazing job with all the animated cutscenes and skits. People have criticized the character design, specifically the use of white in all the characters' outfits, but I actually really love that little touch. I'm a nerd when it comes to this stuff, what can I say? So all in all, Tales of Zestiria is a mixed bag. It had a lot of potential, but at the end of the day, its story is just an alright experience. If you're willing to take the time to get used to the odd and slow combat and are okay with an average story of good and evil, you'll enjoy this just fine. Just don't expect anything amazing out of this. And now it's time for a traditional funny moments section, because while the game might be a mixed bag, it's a damn fun ride.
It's pretty Lady Lila. How you been?
Oh boy, I am so excited for this. Wow. Wow.
I live for Edna's snark.
Here goes. Uh-oh.
So I wear an ornamental sword at my side as a hollow pretense of strength. Laugh at the weak will of a sad, broken man.
Sow the seeds of love and they will bloom no matter how arid the terrain. Live and be strong.
I have no words. This is perfection. Enjoy the review? Glad to hear it. Want to murder me to release your anger, then sacrifice me to the internet gods? Hit the dislike button. It's still interaction. I'll be doing a review on Tales of Zestiria The Cross, the anime adaptation of this game, next Friday, so be on the lookout for that. I'm also publishing a book this year, so if you could check out the synopsis and first chapter in the description below, I'd really appreciate it. I've also started a Patreon, so if you'd like to become one of my children, the link is also in the description. I'm the Unicorn of War, and this has been a shit show. But let's be real, guys. The real heroine of the story is none other than Mikleo.